everyone, welcome to another episode of Ask Flora. This week's question comes from Amy and she writes, "Hi there Flora, I've been following you since early 2009 and have noticed that you take many risks in your business and life and they all seem to pay off for you. How do you decide what risks to take and not to take? I'm at a point in my life where I'm ready to change, but doing so feels selfish and like I'm leaving all my common sense behind me. Help!" Amy from Los Angeles. Well, Amy, this is a really fabulous question. And yes, I have taken many risks in my life that have paid off, and others have been a huge lesson learned. Now, know that any action that you take is a risk because you risk change, up-leveling, you risk upgrading. You also risk moving out of your comfort zone. Now, like I said, change is the only constant, and some choices that you take or some risks that you take are a little bit more outside of your comfort zone than others. Now, how I decide if I'm going to take a risk or make a change is if my heart tells me to do it. If it feels perfect, if it feels right, and I feel so compelled to do it, then I do it. Now, not all of the choices or risks that I've made or taken have been well received, but they're always divinely guided. Now, at any given point, we always have three choices to make. We can do this choice, or we can do this choice, or we can choose not to do anything. But the key is to remember that every choice you make is the perfect choice, or every risk that you take is the perfect risk, because then and only then will you see the result of that choice or that risk. So my advice to you is to figure out what your main priority is in whatever aspect of your life that you're thinking about taking a risk. And then also ask yourself what goals can you put in place to make that priority a true priority. And then also ask yourself, how do you want to feel as you're navigating that choice or as you are engaging in that risk? And when you do this, when you have that risk be in alignment with your priorities and moving towards your priority, that will help you to decide what steps to take when you engage in that risky behavior or when you engage in that risk or that choice. And like I said, change is the only constant, and many times people navigate within their comfort zone, and that comfort zone is our comfort zone for a reason. But the more that you are willing to risk letting go of the good for the great and moving just outside of your comfort zone, that is when you can really make so many changes and so much progress in your life. Because then if it works out the way that you want it to, perfect. If it doesn't work out the way that you intend, hello, lesson learned, it's perfect. You learn more about yourself, you learn more about others, you learn more about the situation. And that is when all of a sudden you realize what you're really made of and what you're really capable of. And some of the biggest risks that I've taken have had the biggest payoffs. And so I hope that hearing my answer has helped you in some way. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends on Facebook, Twitter, and any other social media platform, as well as in email. If you've really loved it, please subscribe so you won't miss one single episode of Ask Flora. And if you have a question for this Ask Flora segment, please email me, flora@florasage.com, and I would be happy to answer your question. Until next time, bye-bye.